Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. I'm here today with a neck and shoulder focused flow. So this flow is a good flow for anyone wanting to release some tension from the neck and the shoulders. Maybe you're working with some niggles in a class. But this is for, helping with your neck and shoulders, releasing tension, stress, stretching out, and leaving us feeling a little bit lighter and stretched out and free. A comfortable seated position. And I want you to bring your hands to the knees or the thighs with the palms facing up. Options to take your chin mudra, which is bringing the index finger to the thumb. And we're going to close the eyes to ground into the practice, or you could take the gaze out in front. And we'll start with coherent breathing. So we're going to breathe in for 6 and breathe out for 6. So this is a great way to calm our nervous system, to calm our brain waves and bring them into that meditative state. So inhaling through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now opening the eyes back up if you had them closed. And you can just relax the hands in the lap or to the side. We're going to exhale and drop the chin down towards the chest, opening into the back of the neck. And then start to roll this right ear over towards the right shoulder. And then start to slowly roll it over to the other side. Left ear is coming towards the left shoulder. And keep taking these little half neck rolls or head rolls over from one side and then to the other, maybe starting to increase your awareness in this area of the body, noticing where it feels tight or tense, where there's any niggles or little pops. And then rolling over to that right side. I want you to pause here this time. Option to bring the right hand to the left side of the head. We're not applying lots of pressure here, just really gently kind of resting it here and breathing. Try and soften the shoulders, soften the back, soften the neck. Breathing into that left side of the neck as it stretches open. Release the left hand. Drop the chin down towards the chest and take it over to the other side. An option to bring that left hand around to the right side of the head. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Taking a few breaths here. Just letting go as much as you can. Noticing how this side feels compared to the other side. just as the observer, watching your thoughts, observing the body. And release the arm. Bring the chin back down towards the chest. And inhale, lift the head, coming back to center. And take a couple of shoulder rolls now. So moving in a backwards motion. You can rest the hands on the thighs or the knees as you do this. Circling those shoulders around in one direction. And then start to circle the shoulders inwards now. Rolling them inwards. Keep breathing. I know it's tempting to hold the breath sometimes when we're really focusing on these movements. We want that prana, that life force energy to keep flowing. Well done. Finish your last shoulder roll. Nice. And now we're going to bring the hands and interlace the fingers. Lift your elbows so your elbows are coming out to the side, palms of the hands facing in. So imagine that you're hugging something. And then keeping the arms as they are, exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. Notice that stretch into the back of the neck, the upper back, the shoulders. And on the inhale, I want you to press the hands forward, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, bend through the arms, keep them lifted. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, bending, head staying dropped this whole time. Notice any differences in that feeling of the stretch as you move the arms. Lengthening the arms out, bending them in. One more, lengthening them out, bending them in. And then this time, lengthen out. Take a deep inhale, lift the head, lift the arms up to the ceiling. And exhale, float the arms back down. Let it all go. Bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, open across the chest. Breathing here. Feeling those shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other now. On your inhale, with the hands staying behind the back, I want you to see if you can lift the hands slightly. Exhale, drop the hands down. So it's going to look a little bit like this. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, dropping down. Could be a much smaller movement than this. You could be taking a bigger movement depending on your body. Take what feels right. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lengthening. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, dropping the hands down. Release from the interlace and shake it out. Shake out the hands, the wrists, the arms. Release any of that stagnant energy. One of my favourite things to do is to shake it off. Great. Now come into your tabletop position on your mat. So find your all fours position. Moving into our cow and cat movement. So inhale, send the gaze out in front and lift the tailbone. Exhale, drop the head round the spine, draw the belly button in, press your hands into the mat. Inhale, lift the heart, open across the chest, let the belly drop down. Exhale, draw the pelvis up and in towards the body, drop the head, rounding the spine. Inhale, lift the gaze, open across the chest, lifting that tailbone. Then exhale, tuck the tailbone in, round the spine, drop the head. Last time, inhale, lift the gaze, shine the heart forwards, let the belly drop. And exhale, drop the head round through the spine, pelvis drawing up and in towards the body. Inhale, come back to tabletop position, keeping the hips stacked above the knees. On your exhale, walk your hands out in front, melt the heart down towards the mat. Puppy pose, extended puppy, coming down onto the forearms if you need to. Breathing here, letting that heart melt down, stretching into the upper back, the shoulders. Well done. Inhale, draw the belly in, start to walk the hands back in, coming back to your table. Now from tabletop, tuck the toes under and exhale, lift the hips up to the ceiling. Find your downward facing dog. Press your hands into your mat, so pressing the mat away with your hands, lifting your hips away from your ribs, setting your gaze between the knees. If this feels too much at any time, just taking a child's pose or taking a rest, always listening to your body. One more breath here. Then inhale, send the gaze between your hands, drop your knees down to the mat. And then keep your elbows tucked in towards the body, lower the chest and the chin down until you come into your lying position. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, peel the chest away from the mat, cobra. Press the tops of the feet down to the mat, activate the legs and the glutes. Exhale, release the chest back down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, peel the chest away. This time we're going to slide the hands forwards and come down onto the forearms. We've got the elbows roughly underneath the shoulders, sending your gaze out in front, and you can have a bit of space between the feet here. Just being mindful of the lower back. So inhale here, and then on your exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. So just moving the head, opening into the back of the body, the upper back, the neck. Inhale, lift the head. Nice slow movements. Exhale, dropping the head back down. Noticing whatever you can notice in the back of the body and the neck. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, draw it back down. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, dropping it back down. And the last one, inhale, lifting. Exhale, dropping it back down. And then inhale, lift the head back up. Exhale, release the arms, let the elbows come out to the side, rest the head on the hands. Maybe take a gentle shift of the hips from side to side. Close the eyes if that feels good too. Just resting here for a moment. Now from here, bring your left arm out to the left side. So we're lengthening the left arm out to the left side. You're going to take your right hand to the mat on your right side, and I want you to press your right hand into the mat as you roll onto the right side of your body, keeping that left arm stretched out until you can feel this stretch into the shoulders, or into this left shoulder. And I want you to relax your head, let your head come down to the mat. And then maybe if it feels good to you, you can also bend the right leg. Maybe that foot makes its way out behind, but do not force anything here. Thinking about what's going to be nourishing for your body. We want to release tension. So anything that feels like it's adding tension could be a sign that you've gone too far. So reconnect with your breath. One more breath here. And start to unravel, coming back to lying on the belly. And then we switch it over. So this time taking your right arm out to the side, left hand's on the left side of the mat. Press the left hand into the ground, roll onto the right side of the body, or just roll towards that side to a place that feels right for you. And then maybe bending this left leg, taking it out behind. If that feels good too, it's not going to feel good for everyone, and that's okay. Listening to your body, what it wants you to know. Let your head be relaxed on the ground if you can. And releasing the leg. Starting to melt your way back to this lying position on your belly. Bring your hands back so that they're underneath the shoulders. And inhale, press the hands into the mat. Lift the chest away, coming back to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes under and walk the feet in. Come down into a standing forward fold. So feet roughly hip width, bend your legs as much as you need to. Let your head really hang heavy here. Option to take the hands on the elbows or just let them hang down. And we're going to take some movements with the head in the forward fold. So I want you to imagine with the crown of your head that you are drawing a figure 8 on your mat. So drawing with the crown of your head this figure 8. So maybe drawing the figure 8 starting in one direction and then seeing if you can move back, drawing the figure 8 coming back in the opposite direction as well. And just as you go, feeling into the neck and the shoulders, noticing what is alive in that area for you. And now finishing off with your figure 8s, just relax the head, and I really want you to try and allow your head to be as heavy as possible. Really notice and observe if you are holding on here, if you're tempted to really hold your head up, and just let the head drop. Let go. Surrender. Empty out that tension or stress or whatever it is. Whatever's stored in the body that isn't serving you, just letting that go. Take any gentle movement in your fold, anything that feels good for you. Release the hands from the elbows. Inhale, with a rounded spine, start to curl the body up. Peeling the body up one vertebrae at a time, keeping the spine rounded. And last of all, we're going to lift the head. Take a big shoulder roll. Let the shoulder blades run down your back. And now taking some mini sun salutations here. So inhale, sweep your fingertips up, lift your ribs away from the hips. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, bend the legs as much as you need to. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift, crown of the head's reaching forwards. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and around, up to the ceiling, lift the heart away from the tailbone. Exhale, float the hands back through to heart center. So one more time, inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, lifting the chest, lengthening the spine, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, sweep the fingertips back up to the ceiling, grow the spine tall. Exhale, hands through heart center. And now grabbing, if you have a bolster, that would be ideal for this practice, but if not, you're just going to grab some cushions, or you could even use your blocks and just grabbing them to hand. We're going to come up onto the toes, reach the fingertips out in front, and start to slowly lower down towards the mat with control. So bending through the legs, lowering down. And then when you're ready, bring your hands down to the mat, bring your hips down. And we're going to take the bolster and pop that to the back of the body. Or you're going to have your cushions, or you could have blocks. So I'll show you how you could use blocks for this. If you're working with blocks, you're going to place one block behind the thoracic part of the spine. So roughly it's going to feel like it's between kind of your shoulder blades, that area. And then you're going to have either some cushions or a block lengthways to support your head. So we're going to come into a heart opener. We're really opening the shoulders here and opening across the chest. So you could be working here with the blocks, or you could work with cushions, or you're going to use your bolster. So get a bit creative. If you don't have the official yoga support there, then improvise, use things around the house instead that will work just fine. So we're going to gently lower the spine and the head to your bolster or your blocks, and then reach your arms out to the side with the palms of the hands facing upwards, so finding that opening across the chest. And then with the legs, you're either going to have the legs bent, you could have them lengthened out in front, or if you would like to, you can take your Supta Baddha Konasana, so you could let the knees drop out to the side and find a lovely hip opening as well here. And start to close your eyes or take your gaze up to the ceiling. And we'll begin to connect with some slow, soft breaths. Noticing which parts of the body are moving as you breathe. Allowing the chest to open, the heart to open, the shoulders to open. And as you exhale, imagine releasing and emptying out any stress or tension from the body. And letting go of anything that's no longer needed. Allowing yourself to be here in this moment right now. Leaving behind anything that came before this practice and any thoughts of anything that might be to come after. And perhaps checking in with how you're feeling today, asking yourself that question, how am I feeling today? Notice what comes up. Make space for whatever is there. And that's what this practice is all about. We've worked into the neck and the shoulders today, releasing tension, giving that area of the body a bit of TLC. But it's about making space in the body, creating space between our thoughts, creating space to feel our emotions, having space in our busy lives to just be. And that just being is more than enough. Now starting to draw the knees back in together if you had them in the Supta Baddha Konasana position. And of course, if you have time to, then please do stay here for longer, take a longer Shavasana. But otherwise, we're going to just roll the bolster away. Let the spine soften down to your mat, let the shoulders connect to your mat. Or removing the blocks if you were working with blocks or cushions. Roll over to one side, whichever side feels natural for you, pausing here. And then make your way back up to a comfortable seated position on your mat. And take a final couple of shoulder rolls. When you're ready, you can start to open the eyes, taking a steady gaze as we come back into the physical body. Thank you so much for joining me for this neck and shoulder practice. I hope that you found this helpful and hope that it's left you feeling a little bit more stretched out, a little bit more relaxed. So do let me know how you've got on. Please feel free to share this video with others who might find it helpful. Do subscribe to this channel, it's completely free. And I'm really grateful for you being here and doing this flow with me. And I hope to see you again for another flow very soon. Bye bye.